Hey, yo, what's the deal? That's your boy Tag from Pro Wrestling Tag. As of this recording, it is November 23rd, 2024. You know what I'm saying? It's 9:27. You know what I mean? Like, I had crazy jet lag last night. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm back home in Gowanus. You know what I'm saying? I'm back home in Gowanus, just chilling. You know, I actually went there this morning and such. And, you know, I just went straight to bed, you know, and this morning, basically like around 7 in the morning, you know, I got a nice nap, you know what I'm saying? And I feel so fresh and so clean. That was my shit from Outkast back in the day. But this video was definitely not about that at all. Today, this video is actually about the quote unquote so-called hard reset that Jon Moxley was talking about with All Elite Wrestling, right? And why I think it's complete bullshit. And why I think Shane McMahon could be that quote-unquote hard reset. And even with Shane McMahon there, the product still is shit. You know, he did an interview, right? And, you know, he was, me personally, I think Jon Moxley's frustrated in AEW, you know, but nonetheless, he's saying that there's going to be a hard reset with the promotion, right? And it's funny that he says that with the pay-per-view coming tonight as of this recording, because, you know, nobody spoke about Shane McMahon. Like, look, there's a lot of things going on in this stupid storyline that not only doesn't make sense, but it's like nobody cares at this point anymore. Nobody gives a fuck anymore about, you know, AEW and the popularity of AEW. You know, it's completely dead. It's dead. The promotion's dead. Everything about the promotion's dead. You know, and I know the fans ain't gonna like it. The sickos are not gonna like it. I mean, I don't give a fuck about the sickos. You know what I'm saying? The sickos now, you know, I know people like, you know, John Alba, you know, fucking Cassidy Haynes and Sean Ross Sapp, like, you know, like they probably been bullied in the past, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not even going to speak on these bozos. Like, you know, with AEW, you know, Tony Khan is the new Vince McMahon. You know, like everything gets booked for one person and one person only. And you're starting to see a lot of frustration. And who knows who wants to leave All Elite Wrestling. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people. There's a shitload of people that wants to leave AEW and go straight to WWE. Some people are playing it smart. You know, some people are waiting until their contracts are fully up and then they say adios. You know, and, you know, the fact that Jon Moxley talks about this quote unquote hard reset. How many hard resets have we seen from AEW and they let you down? You know, there's been a lot of quote unquote, you know, hard resets that they've done and it fell flat. It felt very, very flat. Flatline, you know what I'm saying? It fell flat. And you want me to be fully invested in a promotion that, you know, says they're going to do something and then nothing happens. You know, I mean, it's bad. Like AEW right now is bad. It is bad. There are wrestlers who are not happy. The backstage atmosphere is low. You know what I'm saying? And someone said this best. You know, someone said this best on Twitter 2 days ago, right? Either yesterday or 2 days ago. Someone said that Vince McMahon leaving WWE was the greatest thing to happen to, no, not even great, no. Was not only the greatest thing to happen to WWE, but Vince leaving WWE and Triple H taking over the head of creative and Endeavor and TKO was the worst thing to ever happen to AEW. But it was mostly with Vince. It was mostly with Vince. And yo, they're right. You know, they're right. I mean, look, I knew for a fact that, you know, Triple H at the helm was going to change the dynamic of the business. You know what I'm saying? I knew that was going to happen. You know, people could talk all the shit that they want about the booking. You know, and these people mostly who talk shit about the booking are basically AEW cocksuckers and everything else. But it was Vince being ousted by the company that purchased WWE that basically became the turning point for All Elite Wrestling. You know, the downfall, the turning point for All Elite Wrestling to go downhill. And it's not going to get any better anytime soon. If not, they might never get better. You know, and I'll be honest with you. I don't want nothing to happen to AEW because we need AEW for the business. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, the way how this shit is going, I mean, Tony Khan is, he's, like I said, you know, do I think he's out of touch with how to, you know, work as a booker? Yeah, of course. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's not his strong point. His strong point is not booking. You know what I mean? His strong point should be behind the scenes and such. And you know, and again, it doesn't matter who the fuck you bring. It does not matter who you bring. Nothing's going to change. You know, Scott D'Amore looks like he's getting ready. Not even look like, it's more than likely he gets ready to go. He's going to sign with WWE, you know, while doing Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling, right? So you can exclude that out. You can definitely exclude that out. Someone said Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman ain't going to jump. You think Paul Heyman is going to take a step backwards to work with a guy who's not even, you know, listening to people's ideas and such? Get the fuck out of here. You got to be out of your fucking mind. You know, who else? Look at Jimmy Jacobs. You know, Jimmy Jacobs. None of this shit was Jimmy Jacobs' fault. Remember, they fired Jimmy Jacobs. And look what happened. You know, you can bring in Vince Russo. And you know what? I got a weird fucking feeling that Tony Khan might be stupid enough to do that. I got a weird feeling he might be dumb enough to go out his way to hire Vince Russo. You know, because and I know, yes, they have a feud too. I understand Vince Russo and Tony Khan has a feud, but then again, you know, everything all boils behind one man. You know, what good is a creative team for AEW if you just listen to one man? And then on top of that, rumors of Shane McMahon, right? It's been quiet. It's been extremely quiet. It's been quiet in the fucking library, you know, on that realm. But even if Shane is there, even if Shane McMahon is there, nobody gives a fuck. Nobody cares. You know, nobody cares. Nobody cares because, you know, the product is now. And what the fuck is Shane McMahon going to do? What the fuck is he going to do? You know, creatively, he can't work. You know what I mean? Like, creatively, you know, that's not his strong point either. I mean, it's not his strong point. You know, I remember Triple H said something best when it came down to, you know, the promotions, you know, the AWA and the and World Class Championship Wrestling, when they merged to battle WWE, you know, back in the 80s with the Super Class pay-per-view. And I think the CWE was involved. You know, he said that, you know, like, you had one dying ship, you know, pair with another dying ship, and you just make a bigger dying ship. You know, and that's the same thing with you know, with this whole thing with the popularity of AEW, whoever comes in to write, especially like if you bring in Shane. Shane is not a great writer. Tony Khan is not a great writer. So when you have those two in there, what the fuck? What are you gonna do? You know, what the fuck are you gonna do? You know, and the AEW sickos might get mad. I like I said, I don't give a fuck. I mean, I personally don't give a fuck. They know the truth is out there. They know that there's a lot of people who don't want to be in AEW. Now, I mean, like, maybe like a handful of people still want to be in AEW. You know, but the rest, get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? The rest is, you know, they're like, fuck this. I don't want to be here. I really do not want to be here. Fucking Ricochet, his actions show you that he doesn't want to be there. You know, it's like when you go to AEW, like your whole personality just changed completely. It changes to the point where it's like, you know, it's a fucking toxic environment. You know, this is WCW. This is the modern day WCW, and not in a good way. Not in a good fucking way. You know, like WCW had these same issues, but, you know, but do I see AEW going out of business? No, absolutely not. Because again, they need AEW. The business needs AEW. Because of course that's going to make WWE better, but it does make the wrestling business healthy. It really, really does. However, with the bullshit that's happening, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. And you know what? Someone said something that had me thinking. Someone said that, maybe Warner Brothers Discovery is probably going to want to bring in writers and such, to freshen up the product. Listen, if it happens, great. But then again, Tony Khan is, his ego, like I said, this is Vince-esque. This is Vince McMahon-esque. We'll see what happens tonight. You know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely coming with another video tonight for sure. I will be making another video tonight. Saturday night, I'll be watching the highlights to Full Gear. So like I said, if Shane McMahon is there, whoopee-doo, who gives a fuck? Nothing's going to change for the company. The popularity is dead. People want out, but that's Tony Khan's karma. All right, so I'm going to holler at y'all. Peace.